afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video I will be sharing with you the last part of my entire colouring book collection and completed pages, and this shelf is all of my hardback books. So the majority of them are Hanna Karlzon, and then I have some Maria Trolle books and 2 Clara Markova that were new to me a few months ago. So without further ado, we'll just get started. Okay, so the first one is this one. This is Character by Hanna Karlzon. And this is the largest sort of format of book she has, but it is quite thin. And this is 15 favourite portrait images in here, and then 5 new ones as well. I have, let me see, do I still have it in here? No, I did have a really long standing whip in here, and I just did not like how it was turning out, so I did remove that from the book, but I have kept the page that it was attached to. So I'll just slip that one into the back. This is printed on beautiful sort of cardstock. It's lovely and smooth. There is a little bit of tooth to it, but these are also single-sided. This book is now out of print, but I have had it in my collection for years, and unfortunately I had only started the one page, and yeah, I just really messed it up, and kind of just made such a mess of the page, so I did remove it from the book. But yeah, I'd love to come into this one quite soon, because it just seems a shame to have such a stunning book in my collection and it's, you know, it's not got anything completed in it. So that is Character by Hanna Karlzon. The next one is Daydreams, and I am going to zoom in a little bit now for these books. I do have second copies of the majority of my Hanna Karlzon books because she is my all-time favourite artist. So like I said, this is Daydreams, and I've got a few done in here. So there's that one. It's an absolutely beautiful book. Really love this one of the rooster. I always look at this page when I'm flipping through the book, so maybe I should put that guy on my radar soon. There's another completed page. That was a whip for quite a long time, but yeah, I was glad to have that one done, and I kept it quite simple really. Quite like how that turned out. This one, this is done with fine liners and gel pens. I didn't do a background on that one, but unfortunately, look at the reverse. So that is the red marker that has come through that page, and the bleeding is horrendous. I don't even know if I could try and cover that. I could try, but I just don't feel like I would be very successful. I don't know, and I don't really want to use acrylic marker on it, and the colours that I have in mind for this page, I just don't feel they would cover this. So I don't know, maybe I'll just art journal over that page. I'm not keen on the ones like this where it's sort of like, here's a bug with my design in it, draw your own patterns on this beetle. It's like, no, I'm good, thank you. So again, I will probably just art journal over this page. I've done this one. That was my first time ever whiting out lines. And I did it on hair, and I just feel like the white is too stark against the sort of the blonde that I had done her hair. I wish back then that I had had maybe like an ivory or a pale beige paint pen to paint over the lines, but that's okay. And this is the Calero oh, I can't think, is it like lilac pow or pink pow, something like that. So I shaded the segments of the wings with pencils, but then I did also put the pearlescent watercolor over the top. I do like the colors of this one. I just don't like how the hair turned out. But these books are stunning, and like I said, they are my absolute treasures in my collection. This one was a buddy colour with my eldest daughter Tegan. This was just water-based markers and gel pen. I didn't do any shading on that one. I look at it now and I think, oh, I wish I did, but at the time that's what it was and I don't want to change it, you know. Done this one. Again, you can probably tell that backgrounds used to really intimidate me. They still do, but nowhere near as much as they used to. This is a whip. I sectioned each beetle on here. I wanted to make it look like oh, what are they called? It's like a cabinet, and you know, you have sort of like the beetles in the glass case on display. I wanted it to kind of look like that. There's a little fly kind of bothering me and it's driving me nuts. Yeah, I've got bleed through on here as well, pink bleed through. That's from this page. This was a buddy colour with Tegan as well. Yeah, not thrilled how that one turned out, but you know, it is what it is. And I do have a second copy of this book, so I can always come back in and redo that one. Love that double page spread. I coloured this one when Queen Elizabeth II passed away. I coloured this one. And I love how that turned out. I think it's really pretty. I do like my gems down here. And I've done the little mushroom there at the front. I'm sure. Have I coloured in my... no, I haven't. I was just seeing if I've coloured in my second copy, but I haven't. Okay. Then I have Summer Nights. This again is an absolutely beautiful book. This one, this has been a whip for a really long time, and I'm not keen on the flowers now, but I do have the pencil combination that I was using, so yeah, I think if I can get the flowers finished, then you know, the mice, the branch and the sky, that'll be pretty straightforward to do. But yeah, these books are just beautiful. Like I said, the quality is superb, and Hanna is by far my favourite illustrator. I just think her work is just magic, absolutely stunning. This was a whip for a really long time. I completed the first half of the double page spread, so I've just got to come in and do this half. But you can see I've got like loose glitter and sparkles and confetti and washi tape. I've got everything on here. Yeah, I was so happy to have that side finished. So we just need to come in and do this side now, but I'm just not feeling that page right now. This one, I wasn't thrilled with how this one turned out, but it's okay. I do like it. I'm not. It's this bit. It's the lock in the middle that I don't particularly like. All these gold circles, because I had splodges and I tried covering it and I just, yeah. But it is what it is. And this one. But I have worked in my second copy of this. Where is it? I don't have that to hand. Where is it? Yeah, I don't have that one to hand. It's around somewhere. Anyway, this is Magical Dawn. Love this one, it's stunning. I've got a few done in here. Again, I have another copy of this one as well. That is currently untouched. We have a portrait of this one in the great big character book, I believe. I'm sure it's this one. I did try colouring that page in the Grains of Gold book and I ruined it, so I ended up gluing the pages together. Oh, honestly, you can't take me anywhere. Yeah, I think this is just stunning. And this one, I think this was a buddy colour with Corey at Colourfully Optimistic, if I remember correctly, a few years ago. This was a replacement book because my original, I spilt coffee over it. I was absolutely kicking myself. So yeah, I had to order another copy. Really crinkly page here. This one was mostly done with Inktense. I don't even think it's got any pencil shading on it. Oh, a little bit in the ears and on the wings here. But yeah, the rest is just Inktense, I think. And I put Stickles glitter gel all over the background, and I just feel like it's a bit too much. But at the time, I was like, yeah, let's go for it. I'm glad I get the opportunity to colour that page again. This one, this was just done with water-based markers, fine liners and a gel pen. And I put a sort of like a starry sky washi tape around the edge. And this one, I really like how this one turned out. And I used like a distress ink in the background. I've still not mastered the technique of that and how not to get it like blotchy, but it's fine. And then I sort of put some water on and just dabbed it off and got this really lovely effect. And I used a limited palette with the beetle and the jewels. So I do like that one. I like the colours. In my original copy, I had this all done and I had covered the page with Mod Podge Extreme Glitter as well. So yeah, I need to do that page again because I love that. So that is Magical Dawn. Then I have a jewellery box, and again I have 2 copies of this one, and I have started working in my second copy, so you will see that one in a second also. I made a right mess of this one. I've got paint on the book, but that is okay. And this one, that's quite an old one of mine. I'm glad I get the opportunity to do this again because I just didn't do any shading at all on her hair. It looks like it was just done with water-based markers, and I'm not thrilled with the frame either. I really like the purple flowers, the turquoise leaves, and this sort of reddy orange background here, but the rest of it, not a fan. But again, it shows a little bit of progress, doesn't it? This one, again, limited palette with the green, the red and the yellow. I like how that turned out. I wish I'd give it a background. Love this kitty cat. Look at this. So beautiful. That is a Forever Whip. I know that it was a base of Prismacolor, but I didn't write down the blend that I was using. So, but I'm sure I can figure that out. And she has got a very, very light blend. Sorry, a very, very light layer on her skin, just as a base. But yeah, I really, really like that page. I think it's gorgeous. Oh, look at this one. I don't think I have anything. No, don't have anything between those. And then I have this one. And I found like a poem on Google, and it just says by Anonymous. But I just felt like it was really fitting for this page, so I just wrote the poem in the background. Something a bit different. This was a whip for a super long time. I was really glad when I came in and finished it, but now I kind of wish I had added more shading onto the building, but I was happy with what it was. I really like the tree and these red flowers here. And this one. So yeah, I'm getting to see some of my older work. And this one, this is quite a few years old, and this was for the hashtag support for Hanna Karlzon. And I used all sorts on this one, and then I went in with a Stickles glitter gel. I think it's called Dark Matter, I think, in the background. And it's got these little sort of shards and just all sorts in here in sort of like fuchsias, turquoise, blue, green. Yeah, really lovely. It looks really effective on a black background, and it picked up the colours that I used around here beautifully. And then I just wrote strength here in a gold pen as well. So, very shiny page. And this is the nameplate page. And I started the lion there, but I never finished it. So that's a whip as well. So that is Jewelry Box. That's my first copy, and then this is my second copy. I don't know if I've got anything finished in this one. No, so I've just got this one, and this was a buddy colour with the beautiful Katia from Bubble of Colouring. I started this page with her a really long time ago. This was as far as I got. I get really intimidated colouring skin, and in my Hanna Karlzon books I want them to be like my best work. I know the colours that I want for each girl, so this one, obviously because she's kind of like got the moon and stars here, I wanted her to be dark blues. This one, she has got sort of like the sun here, so she will be yellows and oranges, and then this one is sort of like she's got flowers and foliage and things, so she will be shades of green. But yeah, I just need to build confidence with skin tones, but I do love how this page was looking, so hopefully I will come back to that one at some point in the not too distant future. Okay, then we have Seasons, and again I have a second copy of this one. Now I know, you know, I have had people over the years say, you know, why do you get second copies? Why are you spending money having two books that are exactly the same? And it's just because, for one, Hanna is my favourite artist, and I would like two copies of each of her books. And also, you know, sometimes if I do mixed media on pages, it makes it really difficult to work on the reverse of the page, especially for example the one in Magical Dawn with the bunnies, and I've got all that Stickles glitter gel on the page. It's going to make the page on the reverse really tricky to colour. But yeah, I just like having two copies, and again that goes for the same with some of my other absolute favourite books in my collection. I like to have two copies. So that's just me, just personal preference. But yeah, this is gorgeous, this one. So I've got this double page spread here. This one is done. I didn't do a background because I think in hindsight I should have done a background first, and I didn't. And then by the time I decided I wanted to do one, there was no way I was going to work around all these little sprigs. Absolutely not. So I decided to leave it plain. But yeah, I do really like it. And I coloured these sort of sweets, like the chocolates that used to be my nan's favourite. So I gave those purple wrappers. And I have got loose glitter on the decorations as well. Yeah, I like how it turned out. I do like how that double page came out. Oops. And I just put the tracing paper over the top because I've got loose glitter and I don't want it rubbing off on, you know, sort of rubbing off on the opposite pages. This one, I think this was my first ever time using stickles, I think, on that page. But I just feel like there's nothing not to love about Hanna's books. This is a whip. This was from when the gorgeous Dana from Dana's Colouring Obsession, she had done this on her channel. But I just felt like I really overworked her skin and it ended up looking muddy. So I want to maybe try and erase it and work over the top. But I would love to get that one done this year. And I adore the cat on the opposite page as well. That is stunning. I love how Hanna illustrates her cats. I think they're just precious. Really, really lovely. That's gorgeous with the butterflies, the jewels, the strawberries. Oh, this one. And on this one, I used a face and body glitter that I purchased from eBay years ago to add kind of like scales, like shiny scales onto the fish in the water. It's the stuff you put onto your body, I guess, if you're going to like a festival or something like that. But I use it on my pages. And I just, yeah, I love how that looks. But again, it would make colouring on the back quite tricky and textured, and I would have all these marks coming through on other areas. So I think it's nice to have a second copy. And you know, also it's supporting my favourite artist, you know. This one, Bright Summer Nights. I like the colours on that one. I think that's quite pretty. This is a long-term whip. I started it with my Black Widow pencils and I didn't write down the colours that I was using. So yeah, I might have to just erase where I've started with a darker tone on this bunny here. It's the same that I used on like around the eye and this little bit here on the baby bunny. I wanted to do them sort of opposites. But yeah, I don't know. I might be able to figure it out. We'll see. But I just don't feel inspired by that page at the moment. This one, this is an old one. And this one. And that doesn't have any pencil shading on it. That is just markers and a bit of gel pen. And I think this is a black Arteza paint pen. So that is Seasons. Then I have Soulmates. And I do also have this in the English edition, which is Spirit Animals. I have a lot of whips in this one. this is by far my favourite of Hanna's books. I would say this one and Tales from the Forest Kingdom are my absolute favourites of hers. But yeah, you'll see that I've got a lot of whips in here. Some of them I have got my combinations written down for, others I don't, which makes it really difficult. Just a little bit of marker work on that. This one, these were abandoned pages for a really long time, and then I decided to just come in, get it finished, and it's by no means my favourite, but I'm glad that it's done. And again, I've got some more of that face and body glitter on these 2 pages. The background leaves a lot to be desired. I think that was my Neo 2s, my Neo Colour 2s on there, but that's okay. Yeah, we've got some bleed through here as well, and there. This is just done with fine liner at the moment, but I've got bleed through here in the spine of the book from this page, so I need to try and cover over that. These were the first 2 pages in the book that I had completed. I don't know why I've got a page flag there, but yeah, these are my first 2 completed pages for obvious reasons. It's an owl, you know, owls, foxes, my absolute favourite. I love woodland animals, just yeah. Really, really happy with those. I just don't like how I had tried kind of doing cheekbones, but I made it kind of like attached to like where I've done the shading here, so it just looks weird, these areas, but it's, you know, it's okay. It's a learning curve. Love these double page spread. So yeah, I coloured her as if she was a female version of Harry Potter, so I've written here Harriet Potter, the Marauders map, Wingardium Lima Osa, just yeah, maybe in silly. And these were shaded with Castle Art pencils, but I do believe there's German Inktense on here as well. And then the background is distress inks, and black paint pen, some stencils, a couple stickers, just this is a really long-term double page spread whip. Thank goodness I have got my colour combination written down for the purple flowers and these leaves, these dark leaves here, but I did not write down what colours I was using for the chameleon up here. I know they were Black Widow pencils, but I couldn't tell you the colours or whatnot, so it might be that I need to try and erase this and start again. And I do want to go in with an actual black acrylic paint, because where I've used a paint pen for the background, I've got all these lines and it just it bugs me. But I think once this is done, it will look really pretty. So there's that one. This one, which I'm really proud of as well. I hate spiders. I'm really arachnophobic, so it took a lot for me to do this one, but it's done. And this one as well. And I don't even know how it came to be that I ended up with sort of, you know, visible pencil strokes on her face, but I actually really liked how it was looking, so I ended up just leaning into it, and I think it looks actually quite effective. There's a lot of gel pen on here as well, and then again some distress ink for the backgrounds on those. This one, I don't like how these pages turned out. I like the crab, I think that turned out great. I like the crab claws on her, but her and the background, no. I've put some stickers here because I messed up one of the gems, and I've got some stickers in the background. I just yeah, not my favourite, but I do like this. I like the crab, just not the this. I had problems with the metallic paint. It was a whole thing. This is a long-standing whip as well. I wanted them to have the same colours. This is using my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils, and I think there's some Darwin ink tints on here as well, or maybe just an inexpensive watercolour. I can't remember. Yeah, and I don't know. There's something about this page bothering me, and I think it's the green here in the background. I just don't think I like it. But yeah. And then I've just done the little ribbon at the front in that one. So that is Soulmates, and then the English version is Spirit Animals, and I've just got a double page whip in here as well, right at the very front, and it is this double page spread with the foxes. I love how the stalks of these mushrooms are looking. I do really like that, and I have kept my colour combinations. I started with Prismacolors, sorry, not Prismacolors, Polychromos here on the fur for the fox, and I didn't keep a note of it, and I want to kind of erase this and start again. But yeah, I do like the purple ribbons. That's with Polychromos. And I've done the ribbon in the front of this one as well, and I've put a little bit of stickles in the middle there for a bit of sparkle. So there is that one. And then I have Grains of Gold, and like I said, I did glue 2 pages together because I just messed up a portrait page and I could not sort it. This is like a compilation book. So there's all different kinds of pages in here from the first few of Hanna's books. Yeah, this is where I glued the page together. And I do think I have got a whip in here as well. So if you haven't added any Hanna Karlzon books to your collection, firstly, why not? I'm joking. But yeah, I think if you would like to give her work a go, but you're not sure which book, this would be a perfect one because you've got images from quite a few different books by her. So you can just see, you know, which ones you like. You get a little bit of everything in this one. Yeah. Done this one. This is the first page I did in the book, and I think this colour here is Basilisk, if I remember rightly, by Calero. So yeah, pretty cool. Didn't take long to do that one. And I have this guy here as a work in progress. Didn't keep track of what pencil brand or colours or anything I was using on him, but that's okay. I can work with it. I think he's looking fun. But yeah, you get some sort of like new images in here as well that aren't in any of Hanna's other books. So I think it's these images here at the beginning. Oh, her work is just spectacular. This would be perfect for Space Timber. How incredible would that be? Oh, I love it. Love it. But I've got a lot planned for this month. There's not a chance I would be able to get this done. Not a chance. But yeah, really, really beautiful book. So that is Grains of Gold. And then I have Tales from the Midnight Masquerade. This book is a little bit battered and kind of feeling a bit sorry for itself. This is not one of my favourite books by Hanna at all. The artwork is still beautiful, but I just don't reach for it very often at all. I just prefer, other books by her more. It's like I said, it is still gorgeous. It's just not what I reach for. And I do have a few whips in here actually. So I've got this one. Very cute. And this is one of her smaller format books. It's thinner than her older books. Double page spread whip there. That might be quite cool to do either for New Year's or for my birthday in January. Maybe come back and finish that and get 2 pages crossed off that list of whips. I have these two as well. They've just got a base of water-based markers at the moment. Done these two. And tried to sort of keep the colours very cohesive on both pages. These, I think these are my favourite two in the book that I've done. I did put glossy accents on some of these jars here to really give them that gloss and shine to make them look like glass. This was fun. Again, I tried using the same colours on both pages to make them cohesive. I've got bleed through here. That is from the hair on this page. And the Pentel Dual Metallic down here, that's bled through as well. But I can cover that. That isn't a problem. I've done this one. So that is Tales from the Midnight Masquerade. And then I have Tales from the Forest Kingdom, and I do have a second copy of this one, but I haven't worked in it yet. I've got a few done in here. Like I mentioned earlier, this is one of my favourites by Hanna. This one and Spirit Animals, or Soulmates. I've got a whip here. I haven't done much at all. I've sort of finished the guy's hat. He's got one layer of the lightest pencil down here on his robe. But he just really reminds me of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Beautiful. Didn't get to that one, so let's take that page flag out. This one was a colour along on the channel, and I also added a little bit of collage in the background. I do like that page. I love the neutral colours on that one. Started this one, didn't keep a note of what colours I was using, but I do know that this was the polychromes. And I did like how it was turning out. This one, Robin Hood page, he was a whip for a long time. And I came in and finally got him done. But when I splattered gold ink in the background, I got here as well. So I need to try and figure out how to cover that. But I love how he turned out. I do really like that page. This, I think, was the first page I coloured in the book, this one, and I've got a pencil line here that won't erase, but that's okay. Yeah, really like how that one turned out. This one. This was a buddy colour with my gorgeous friend Camille from, is it Camille's Colouring Craze? But yeah, I did this one with Camille. Beautiful. And she had done her leaves, they looked metallic. She had done sort of like a copper effect on the leaves. She had it as a sort of like a tutorial on her channel, and they looked incredible. I just kept mine really simple. So there's that one. And this one. Again, nothing fussy or fancy on that one. I don't know what I was thinking about doing a pink house, but I like it with the turquoise. I think it's pretty. This page I messed up, so I've just like sort of journaled over the top. And then I've got a few areas to be able to do some writing in here, as in when I want to. And I've done the nameplate page. So that is Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hanna Karlzon. Then I have Tales from the Witch's Cottage, and I do have 2 copies of this one. Let's see. Okay, right, this is my original copy, but I only had a double page spread done in here, I believe. And I just wasn't thrilled with how it turned out. But I know that this is a really popular book with fans of Hanna's work, and it is stunning. It is wonderful, and I would love to have, you know, this book complete one day. It will be my other copy. I've got more done in there, as you will see in a moment. Yeah, I did this one, and I don't know, I wasn't happy with it at all, but I look at it now and I think it's actually not as bad as I thought. You know, the background is really streaky, so I would have liked to have maybe gone over with an actual acrylic, but I think at the moment, just looking at it, maybe that's the only thing that bothers me, but it's a bit too late to fix that now because I've put confetti stars on here, so, but it doesn't look too bad. I think the colours look a little bit washed out because I've got my overhead light right above me, as it is grey and pouring with rain outside. So I do apologise if the colours are looking a bit washed out. Oh, and that whip as well, that was a buddy colour with my beautiful best friend Tess. I did like how the colours were turning out on that one. I was using Castle Art pencils for the roof, and I did keep a note of the numbers. Go me. And I've done that one as well. I enjoyed doing that. It's very cute, very quick. So that is Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hanna Karlzon, and I also have the English edition as well. And this one I was doing as a full book buddy colour on the channel, but I did decide to step away from it because I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I felt like I was letting you guys down because I just wasn't being very consistent with it. I would really like to come back to this book at some point and continue where we left off. But I think before I do that, I just want to complete the whips that I have in here that I started with you. A few I started on my own before I had decided to do this as a full book colour along. Or, sorry, full book buddy colour. So this is still a whip. This was done with you guys. I don't like the background. I need to do something to it. I think this was Neo 2's, and it's got quite a few layers, and it just feels really grainy, and I don't know, I'm not a fan. Can you see? It just looks really weird. So I don't know. Maybe I put too much pigment down. Maybe I've overworked it. I don't know. But I think what I might do is maybe come in with my Inktense and just try and fix this up, or even just some of my Creative Peak watercolours. But yeah, that won't take too long to finish. I love this one where we've got is it an Arga? Something like that, and then we've got the dragons coming out of the oven with the flames and stuff. I just think that is so beautiful. Really, really inspiring and imaginative. Got a lot of bleed through on this one, which is completely my fault. I was trying to do a stippling technique on this page with the watercolour, but I wasn't letting the layers dry, so that is completely my fault. This was the first page that we worked on in here together, and I love how it turned out, and I really like the handmade watercolours that I used here around the edges. I think they look really pretty. So there was that one. This is the last page that I had started with you guys on the channel, and I just like I said, I feel really guilty because I know that, you know, quite a few people went out and purchased this book as well to join in, and I know when I said I'm taking a break, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I feel like I let a lot of people down, and that wasn't my intention. But I just want you to know that I do feel ready now to come back and revisit this book and hopefully pick it up again with you guys soon. Maybe that is something we will look at doing in the new year, is pick this book back up again, because I was loving, you know, seeing everybody share their pages with me as well and saying, you know, look, I've completed this page as well. Yeah, it was just lovely. So we will pick this up again at some point in the not too distant future. This page here I coloured in remembrance of Dame Maggie Smith, who played Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter. I coloured this for her when she passed away, and I just put a few of her quotes in the background. A few star stickers. Yeah, it was a quick and simple page, that one. It didn't take much at all. And I've got a bit of bleed over here, but that's okay, we can fix that, I think. This was a page I started before we had chosen this as a full book buddy colour, so I still need to come in and finish this one. I've worked a tiny little bit on it, but not much at all. There's that double page spread that I had completed in my original copy. I love this of the shelves, that's really cool. We had also done this one together. Had a bit of a battle with the background, but it turned out. It turned out, and I'm really happy with it now. So there is that one, and I did keep track of the combination I used for the flowers, because I want to do those on this page here in front of the witch's cottage, just to sort of keep it cohesive. And then we also did this one, the title page, just really quick and easy, and just did a little background here with gel crayons and a stencil. And the confetti stars that I have, they fit Hannah's illustration perfectly. So they fit the stars that she had drawn as if they were made for each other, so it had to be done. So that is Tales from the Witch's Cottage. Then we have Tales from the City Among the Stars. Now this is a book that I am working in September. I have got a completed page in here so far for this month, so you will get a bit of a sneak peek. I haven't coloured much in this one at all. My youngest daughter had my original copy, which is fine. Love this one. I love that double page spread so much. Yeah, I think this book is fantastic. I've got a long-standing whip in here with my stunning best friend Tess, and it was this one, this double page spread, but it doesn't really give me Space Timber vibes. And because I'm doing a few galaxy backgrounds this month already, I don't want a galaxy background for this page either. I don't want to do a black background, I don't want to do a galaxy background, so this might just be a daytime scene. But yeah, that's been started March 2023, so this is like a year and a half old, but I just didn't feel inspired to come back to it. This is a whip at the moment. I started this one the other day, but I dropped my black paint pen and it's smudged all up here, so I'm kind of kicking myself at the moment, and I'm trying to use inexpensive pencils for this one, and I've started using, it was my Amazon Basics for this, but it's not giving me a deep enough red. So this is looking more orangey, which isn't quite what I wanted, but I'm going to lean into it and go for it. But I just need to figure out how to cover the smudge on her face and up here. So that's a bit frustrating. Love these pages here, especially this guy. Very, very cool. Yeah, I love this book. It's beautiful. That is the one that I've finished so far in September, so you get a sneak peek of that one. And I've done the little bug at the front. So that is Tales from the City Among the Stars. And then I have Tales from Atlantis. This, it's beautiful, but I think this is my least favourite of all of Hanna's books, if I'm being completely honest. I did start 2 pages in here in August. I haven't come back to them. I do want to, but I just haven't. I haven't yet. So I started this one, and that is just water-based markers and Inktense. And I started this one. Diamond Inktense for the background and the Crayola Super Tip pastel colours for the fish. I've shaded one fish down here and put gel pen on, and that's it. Yeah, it's like I said, the images are gorgeous. It's just not my favourite of her books. I will still colour it, and I do still want to complete it. It's just not a book I reach for very often. Maybe if I find like a colour along with somebody, that might inspire me, you know, to revisit this book more often. But yeah, that is Tales from Atlantis. And then I have the Party colouring book. My youngest daughter had my original copy of this as well. Absolutely fine. So this one is untouched. It's really, really cute. Hanna created this book. It was more aimed towards children, but I still think it's perfect for anybody, to be honest. There's still enough detail to keep me interested. You know, the paper is kind of like an off-white verging on cream, which is fine. But yeah, these are super, super cute. And I think because these are double-sided, I'm not sure. I mean, the paper's actually not that bad. It's really smooth. I'd be intrigued to see how watercolour works in here. But yeah, I still think it's a really lovely book. So that is Party. Okay, my loves, that is it for the Hanna Karlzon books. So I'm going to put all of these back on the shelf, and then we will move into the Maria Trolle and then the 2 Clara Markova. So this is going to be a longer video, but I don't want to split this shelf in half. I just want to get this shelf done, and then that is a wrap for the series. So yeah, I'll put these books back on the shelf, and then we will make a start on the other ones. So give me 2 seconds and I will be right back. Okay, so let's now get into the Maria Trolle books. So the first one is Dream Race. This is such a beautiful book. I believe this is the Dutch edition. The paper in this one is stunning, and the majority of the pages are single-sided. This has got some early work of mine in here. When I was, you know, relatively newish to pencils. But yeah, beautiful. It's printed on sort of like an ivory cream paper, and it handles mediums beautifully. I love this one. Absolutely love that page. Now you will see that I do have a whip in here. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, so this is the first page I completed in here. And this was with one of my really good friends, the lovely Paula. She was the first ever friend I made in the colouring community, and I adore her. And bless her heart, she sent me my first ever set of Prismacolor pencils. I don't know if it was the 48 or the 72 set. And I was trying them on this page, and oh my gosh, they're beautiful. But yeah, I wasn't very great with my, my shading and stuff back then, but we've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? And it's nice to look back and see my progress, and I think that's what makes me sad about you know, some of the books that I no longer have in my collection, whether it was that they were ruined or that, you know, my kids had them, or I chose to destash them. I kind of wish that I had made different choices, and that, you know, I'm gutted with the ones that were ruined, because quite a lot of them had numerous pages done in them that were really early work, and it would just be so nice to be able to look back at that now. But I am grateful for the books that I have that do still have some of my early work in. It's just nice to see the progress. This was a really simple one. This was just water-based markers and a little bit of pencil. That's it. Really simple on that one. Okay, this is a really long-standing whip, and I think it would be so nice to come back in and get this one done for autumn. So far it looks like this is just water-based markers, and maybe a tiny little bit of Albrecht Dürer on these lilac flowers and these pink ones. But yeah, how lovely would that be to come in and get done for autumn. I love this book so much, and I don't colour in it anywhere near enough. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And like I said, the paper handles mediums beautifully. This one, this was done with Albrecht Dürer's and a little bit of white Posca. You know, not my best work by a long shot, but it's all right. I knew kind of what I wanted the sky to look like, but it didn't quite come out as I had envisaged it. But that's okay. It's all part of the learning process, isn't it? This annoys me. We've got this gorgeous image, but it just kind of cuts off a third of the way onto this page, and it's like, why not have it across 2 pages, or if not, just have it as the one, you know? It annoys me. This one I did with alcohol markers and a bit of pencil, and because it's, you know, mostly single-sided, that, you know, doesn't matter. A little bit of gel pen there as well, and some white Posca. So that is Daydreams. Then I have Twilight Garden, again by Maria Trolle. And it looks like I've got a whip. Yeah, I've got a whip in here as well. I haven't done much in this one. I think this is probably my least favourite of her books. It's still beautiful. It's not my favourite. I prefer her other books over this one. This one, very cute. This book is double-sided. The paper is still lovely, just it's not as thick as in Daydreams. but that is fine. This is the English edition of this book. Look at this of the fox. Beautiful. And it's lovely. You've got kind of, you know, something for every season in here, which I think is really nice. This was a whip forever, and I was really glad when I came in and got it finished. But I don't like the red that I used on these flowers. I wish I had stuck to sort of pinks and purples, or maybe even pulled some yellows or oranges up here. The red kind of just looks a bit out of place, but you know, this is okay. It is what it is. This is a whip. That is just wall space markers on that one at the moment. I just wrote my name there. So not an awful lot done in that one at all. Then we have Flora. I think I've got 2 pages done in here. And I coloured them at sort of at the same time. Yeah, this one is beautiful. Love this book. It was one of my favourites for a long time, but I feel like I prefer some of her newer work, but this is still absolutely stunning. Oh, beautiful autumnal pages. And I love that we've got sort of like an older character as well. I really love that. Oh, I started a flower on that one. I love these, you know, the houses like this. I just think they're so pretty and really, really whimsical. Her art style has got a real charm about it, a real sort of whimsy vibe. Yeah, so these are the 2 that I did I was working on them at the same time. We've got watercolour background, pencil work, we've got just water-based markers on the leaves without shading, some fine liner, a little bit of gel pen. And yeah, I really like how they turned out. I love the flowers. I think they're really pretty, and I do like the backgrounds. I think that's all I've got done in this one, which is a shame because it's beautiful. Look at these. Oh, so cute. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, I've done the little butterfly at the front. Little monarch butterfly there. So that is Flora. And then I have Botanicum. My youngest daughter Emmy also has my original of this one. Yeah, the kids do well with books. They do pretty well. Yeah, this one is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And again, you've got, you know, something for different seasons. That would be lovely for Halloween. But I feel like she just gets better with each book. I just adore her style, I really do. This is a whip. This was a buddy colour with Emmy that I didn't get done. I wish I didn't base the cherries with markers. I wish I had just done them with pencils, but that's okay. I can work over the top. This was a whip for a really long time, again as a buddy colour with Emmy. She had chosen these pages, and I got this one finished. I think it might have been this year or last year. Yeah, not my favourite, but I'm glad it's done. It's not terrible, but not my best work either. It's just meh. It's a complete page. That is precious. That is really cute. Yeah, as you can see, I don't have hardly anything done in this one. That would be cute for Easter, that one. Okay, now this has a lot of bleed through. And it's a shame because this is beautiful. I think these are magnolias, I think. But I don't even know what I would do on the background with this one. But the cause of it is this page here. And again, it is my Prismacolor pencils that are causing the problems. This has got so many layers in the background where I tried blending it. I was trying to do a galaxy background and I just worked and worked and worked at the paper, and I think I've just overdone it. I don't know if I sprayed a fixative on here or not. I don't think I did, but look at the pigment. That is horrendous. So I think I will probably end up just journaling over this one to cover that. But I do like this page. It is really pretty. I've got a smudge or something there, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. It must have been from a white paint pen because I've got it splotched on the tracing paper as well. But hey ho. Yeah. Oh, and again, I've got like a little monarch butterfly there as well. So that is a Botanicum. Then I have Luna. Now I've got 2 copies of this one because this is one of my favourite books by Maria Trolle. But foolishly, I ripped a page out of this one and then the book started falling apart. So I'm kind of kicking myself because I've done some pages in here that I do really like. But like I said, I do have 2 copies of this one because it is my favourite of her books. Yeah, so here is where I removed a page. So I've got washi tape there to try and hold the pages together, and I've had to put it on another page as well to stop that one falling out. It's, yeah, a bit of a hot mess. Like me. A little bit of marker on this one. Let's flag that as a whip. Yeah, here is where this page started coming loose, so I had to put washi tape there as well. Yeah, note to self, don't rip pages out of books. Don't do that. Lesson learned. I've done it quite a few times over the years because I just used to get so frustrated, but now I'm really precious about my books and I don't like to do that. If I mess up a page, I will either glue them together or I will collage or journal over the top. This was a buddy colour with my gorgeous best friend Tess, and I love how this one turned out. I really like that. It's so pretty. This was the first page I did in the book. I tried going over a couple of the flowers with like a yellow paint pen just to go over the black lines to see what it looked like. I think it would have looked better with a cream paint pen, but I don't have that colour. I just had the yellow, or I didn't have a cream, and I just feel like the yellow is just a bit too much. It needed something a bit paler than that. But overall, I love how this page turned out. It was definitely a labour of love, but I really like the limited palette on this one. Really pretty. Coloured little character here. So that is Luna, and then this is my my second copy. And I've got this one done in here, which I'm really pleased with. Look at all those confetti stars. It just adds that extra bit of magic, doesn't it? Especially when you move it around like this and it's like, oh, I could just sit and watch that all day. Yeah, love that one. Let's put that protective paper back over the top. Don't know if I've got anything else in this one. But yeah, I think this is my favourite book of hers. I think this one, and also the Sargon, the fairy tale book. Oh yeah, I did this one. This is a more recent one. And I just framed it with some washi tape, rather than feeling overwhelmed by all of this as a background. I just framed it. And I think I was using my Paul Rubens. Was it my Paul Rubens? I think it was Paul Rubens watercolours and Creative Peak as well. But yeah, this book is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is one that I would definitely love to work towards finishing. I think next year in 2026 I'm just going to choose a few books as like sort of, you know, to focus on. But yeah, we'll figure that out in the new year. So that is Luna. Then I have Universe, or otherwise known as Universum. This is a collection of favourites with some new illustrations as well. So again, kind of like with the Hanna Karlzon Grains of Gold book, if you don't have any of Maria's books in your collection, this would be a really wonderful book to start you off, because it's got pages from all of her different books apart from a few of her newer ones. And so this would be really lovely. And what I love is that on the bottom of each page she tells you which book that illustration is from. So yeah, I think this would be a wonderful book to start your, to start you off with Maria Trolle. And she also gives us an index in the back. It's like a register of animals and of plants and fungi as well, which I just think is brilliant. So down here we have the page number, and then here which book the image is from. So I think this is a beautifully thought out book. I believe the lovely Jamie from Finding Joy in Colour, she is doing this as a back to front project book, and anyone can join in, and basically you work through the book in order, but you start at the back and work your way to the front. And yeah, I know there's quite a few people doing it, and their pages are beautiful. So if that is something you would like to participate in, then please feel free to contact Jamie. I love that Maria gives us quite a few pages that already have black backgrounds as well. I think that's really nice. Okay, so I've done this one. This page is originally from Moon Valley, and I coloured mine to look like Te Fiti from Moana. And this was a whip for quite some time, but I'm so glad it's finished and I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, really pleased with this one. And I put stickles on the water here as well for a bit of extra sparkle and magic. So I was really, really pleased with how that one turned out. I don't know if that's the only page I've done in here. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Nothing not to love about this book at all. This is one of my favourites. This illustration here. I just think that is stunning. So is it just the one I've done in here then? I thought I had done more than that, but obviously not. That's a shame because this is beautiful. Okay, so that is Universe. Then I have Mandolin. Now, I didn't realise that Mandolin and Moon Valley are exactly the same thing. I had this one first, and it is beautiful, and the illustrations are on bright white paper, which is unusual for Maria's books because they're normally on sort of like an ivory verging into, you know, sort of leaning to cream. But yeah, I got this one first. The paper, it feels nice, but when it comes to watercolour, it's not great. I used a watercolour pencil. I drew this circle in here in the background just to give me a little bit of a background, add a little bit of colour to this page. And this was done with a watercolour pencil, and then I just wanted to fade it in. I really struggled getting this pigment to move. It was as if as soon as I put the water down, the pigment was like, no. The paper just seemed to suck in that water, and the pigment was not moving at all, and it just made it really difficult to colour on, to get the watercolour to, you know, the watercolour pencil to activate. And it was really disheartening because this is such a beautiful book. So it is like, right, okay, when I found out that Moon Valley was the same, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get a copy of Moon Valley because I want to be able to use different mediums on my pages. I'm very much a mixed media colorist. So this one will just have to be a watercolor free book. Like I said, it is a stunning book. I just think it's a real shame with the paper in this one. Yeah, I tried pencil there. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with the paper in here. I mean, maybe I could give it another try with just like watercolor pans instead of pencils. But I don't know, guys. I don't hold out much hope, if I'm being honest. Yeah, and this was the page that I have first started in the book, and I was trying to colour this with my Prismacolor pencils, and that was not enjoyable either. So I erased it as best I could. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the paper in this one. I've done this one, the nameplate page. So that is Mandolin, and then this is Moon Valley. It says that I haven't worked in this one yet, but I've got 2 pages flagged. Okay, so nothing's been worked on in this one, but yeah, the paper in this one, it just feels so much more nicer, like what we're used to in Maria's other books. It's that same beautiful sort of ivory cream leaning colour. Yeah, this is the paper that I know and love in Maria's books. You know, it might even be that I use Mandolin as, I don't know, maybe I could turn it into like an art journal. I don't know, do something creative with it, because it would be a shame to have that book sat on the shelf and not being used. So yeah, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, like I said, it's a stunning book. So I do have 2 copies of that one. Okay, then we have Shooting Star. This is my original copy, and I do have the English edition as well. So I started a page in here, and I just tried fixing it, and I just don't like it. So I think I'm gonna journal over the page, but still, you know, still keep the book. It's beautiful, and I'm glad to have 2 copies because it is stunning, absolutely stunning. Yeah, so I used an acrylic paint pen to black out the background on these 2 pages. This one I was doing for Earth Day April, and I've tried fixing and putting all sorts over this purple background. It's got layers and layers and layers of different stuff on it, and I don't like it. I love her, I like the globe, but this, no. So that will be journaled over. But again, it is a, you know, a stunning book, beautiful paper. These are thinner than some of Maria's other books, I believe. Are they? Yeah, they are. But, you know, it's absolutely fine. And this is lovely. This is kind of, it's more simplistic than some of her other books, but I really like that. We do have some pages that are more detailed in here, but I think overall this one and Sargon, they have a lot more simplistic pages in them than her previous books, and they just feel more approachable. You know, I don't feel so overwhelmed with the pages as what I do in some of her other books. Look at this. How beautiful is that? Yeah, that is gorgeous. And I have started a page in Shooting Star for Space Timber. So that was one of the pages that I had picked out, but I also made a start on this one in a live stream, and I've just been working a little bit down here off camera, and I have gone in with a compass and just rounded off to make this an even circle here. So yeah, hopefully you will see that one in my September completed pages. Okay, then we have Sargon. I have 2 copies of this one because this, I think, is probably my ultimate favourite, this one and Luna. And I have done 2 pages in this one. I'll only show you this copy because my other copy is untouched, so there's no point. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. The paper is gorgeous. It's really smooth, but I find that different mediums just work a dream on here. They really do. Snow White. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, this is just some of her best work as far as I'm concerned. I think she's just completely outdone herself with this book. Okay, so these are the 2 pages that I have done, and this was for the gorgeous Jo at Geordie Colours. This was for her hashtag Colour the Fairy Tales, and this was when she was doing Jack and the Beanstalk. So I've used watercolours, I've used pencils, fine liner, Language gel pens, yeah, gold pen, and the paper handled it beautifully. I've used an acrylic marker to do the border around this page here, and yeah, the paper has taken it like a champ. There is no bleed through whatsoever. Oh, tiny little bit of blue there. that's fine. But yeah, there's a tiny little bit of ghosting here, but that is just from the acrylic paint pen on the border. Again, it doesn't bother me, but oh, what a truly magnificent book. Love that. I definitely need to come back to this book because it is incredible. So that is Sargon, and just look at the cover. That really is such a, you know, an absolute treasure of a book, isn't it? Absolute gem to have something like this in the collection. So that is Sargon. Okay, then I have Sargon Oksagna. I do also have the English edition of this, the Fairy Tales and Folklore. I don't have that one in my stack either. I think I've got that one pulled out actually. Let me go and find that one. I'll just grab it. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I did also find my second copy of Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon as well, so I'll quickly show you that one in a moment. So this is by Emily Lyahol Oberg. I've got a few pages done in this one. And such a beautiful book, and I'm over the moon that the lovely Coloured with Claire set up a partition to get this book reprinted, because so many people over the years, you know, missed out on this book, and now having it as a Fairy Tales and Folklore, you know, so many more people can enjoy her artwork, and I just think that's incredible. So yeah, you'll see that some of my pages in here are quite simple. I wasn't sure how to tackle the art style back then, so a lot of it is just kind of water-based markers with a bit of shading or whatnot. This one, really like how that turned out. You see my clear jelly roll glaze here on the underbelly of the dragon and the windows. And this one, I've got my kids' names written here in the book. If you can see there, Tegan, Caden, Emmy. But I really foolishly used alcohol markers on a page in this book, because I thought, yeah, I don't mind sacrificing a page on the reverse. And then this book went out of print, and I'm like, I wish I didn't, because the page that I sacrificed I look at now and I love it. But that's okay. I have the opportunity to colour it in the new English edition. So here, this is the reverse of the page I used alcohol marker on. And it's these otters, and it's like, why did you do that? You know, but, and this is the page. I do like how this one turned out. Again, not my best work, and very early on in my pencil journey by the looks of it. But that's okay. And that is okay. A bit of shiny watercolour there as well, just quite cute. That is one of my favourites in the book, this sort of mystical cat. I love that. Really, really lovely. So that is Sargon Oksagna by Emily Lyahol Oberg. And then here is the English edition, and the quality of this is sublime. I think this is the best quality book I have in my entire collection. Yeah, this is just outstanding and an absolute dream to work in. This was a gift for my birthday this year from my beautiful best friend Jane. over at Coloured with Jane, and I feel so blessed to have, you know, an even better quality edition than the original. I feel so incredibly fortunate to have this. And my youngest daughter Emmy, she actually likes the images in this one as well, and I think she finds it quite approachable. So we shall see. I'll see if I can get her to just maybe chat to me a little bit more, and maybe she'll find a copy of this in her Christmas stocking this year. I've completed one page in here. Yeah, I've got this one pulled out. That one flagged at the moment. I've got 2 whips in here that I started. Oh, 3 whips. Make it 3 whips. I forgot about that one. That is just water-based marker at the moment. Look, I smudged it. I dropped my pen and smudged it on that page. But that's okay. I can paint out the background on there. That's no bother. I've done this one, and I think this is one of my favourite pages I've ever done. And this one was a recent one. And I coloured it for Year of the Snake. So yeah, really happy with that one. Love the colours. These are my 2 whips at the moment. This pink is really vibrant and kind of like a bit of a smack in the face, but I'm going to tone it down with pencils. But yeah, these 2 are whips at the moment, so let's just put a tag in there. Yeah, and then we've got some new and exclusive images in the front of this book as well. Yeah, I use Languo on here, and I just I don't know, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. I love the Languo pens, but I just not for doing this, you know. But that's okay. So here is information in the book, Meet the Author, which is so lovely. We get to find out more about Emily there. And then Claire from Colour with Claire, she wrote the foreword for the book. And like I said, without Claire, this reprint wouldn't have happened. So yeah, just an incredible woman, and what an amazing thing to do for the community. So that is Fairy Tales and Folklore. Okay, so here is my second copy of Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon. I know I'm backtracking, but this was with the Emily Lyahol Oberg book. So I thought I would just quickly show you what I've done in this second copy. Okay, so this is a whip at the moment. I'd really like to come back and get this one done. I think this was done with my Woomer pencils as well. So yeah, I need to come in and get that one finished. And then I recently did this one, pocket watch, and this one. I didn't like how the flowers underneath here turned out, so I put stickers over the top, and I think it looks really cute. So yeah, there is that one. Okay, and then last but by no means least, I have 2 Clara Markova books, and these were new to me a few months ago. So I have Fairy Touch of Magic. Oh, I had wanted this book from the moment I first saw it, when it first came out. And yeah, that they are very spendy books. But oh my gosh, it is beautiful. I don't think I've started anything in here yet. So there's a postcard, a bookmark. That would be so cute to do for Christmas. Look. Gorgeous. Yeah, so this is an untouched book at the moment. Like I said in one of my other videos, I do prefer Crystal Vogel's artwork more so her characters. It's the faces on her characters that I prefer. I don't know, I just, something doesn't quite sit right with me with some of the faces in Clara's books. But needless to say, her artwork is breathtaking. And these books are single-sided, if you're not including these vignettes. But yeah, they are stunning. And yeah, I just think there's nothing not to love about this. And I will definitely be pulling this book out for October. I might even select a page this month and maybe get a head start on it, because it would be lovely to have something finished in here for Halloween. I sold a few of my Clara Markova books in the past. One of them was ruined and I didn't replace it, but I'm so incredibly thankful that I have this one and the next one that I will show you. And I do intend on replacing 2 of my older ones as well at some point. But I'm in no rush, and you know, I think for the rest of the year I'm on a no spend, which is absolutely fine, or an incredibly low spend. But yeah, like I said, I've got everything I need, you know. It's just that there's things that I would like, and it's very different to needing something. Yeah, but just look at how precious. Oh, so gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So that is Fairy Touch of Magic. And then the last, but by no means least book in my entire collection and of this video is Little Secrets from My Fairy House, again by Clara Markova. Have I got 1 or 2 whips in here? That one isn't started. That one, okay. I've got 1 whip and a page flagged that I would like to start, but I think I'll just take the flag out of that one. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. A Christmas angel. And she's holding a gingerbread house. And we've got like biscuits and... oh. Yeah, this one. This is one that I had flagged, but I think I'm going to take that one out. Oh, they're stunning, aren't they? There's nothing not to love about these books. Oh, look at this guy. How cute is this little dude? Oh, ridiculously cute. I love this one. So it's kind of like a pathway, but it's all in the shape of a witch's hat with like a belt and a buckle here. I love that. I think that is so imaginative. Big double page spread there. Gorgeous. Okay, so this is the one that I have just put some water-based markers on, and I've tried with the yellow marker just mapping out where I want to put some yellow shading to try and practice, you know, like the glow that you would get from candles and lights and things. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to work where I've put the yellow highlight, but I will obviously work into that with pencils as well. But yeah, I think because I've started this one, maybe I'll just continue this one for October. But so cute. Oh, absolutely beautiful. That'd be cute for Easter. Oh my word. And there's the bookmark you get with this one as well. So yeah, I would really love to add fairy celebrations back into my collection. Fairy miracles, maybe. But I'm really interested in getting her postcards as well. I think they are beautiful. So there you go, my loves. That is it. That is the grand finale of my entire colouring book collection. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for watching this series and for your lovely comments and thumbs up. And yeah, I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this series as much as I have enjoyed recording it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever it is you are up to. Take care, my loves. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.